Hey, Sean Wagner. We're here at Plankowner Brewing Company in Boiling Springs, 109 Sloan Garden Road, right at Highway 9 and 85. We're going to be having our grand opening this Friday, April 26th, it's opening up at 3 o'clock. We've got a couple of musicians coming in, local bands. We've got Christian Lee coming on from 6 to 9, and we've got Trevor Hewitt from 9 to midnight. We're going to have food, and we'll have a whole bunch of beers on tap. We've got 7 of our beers on, a couple of guest taps, and a couple of ciders and some wine as well.
Talk about that selection just a little bit. What would so the initial 7 that you're going to be able to introduce folks to?
Yeah, so the initial 7 beers that we're going to have on tap are number 1 is our Frigate Ale. It's our light, easy drinking, everyday beer. Then we've got our Beam Reach. It's a blonde ale with blackberries in it. Then we've got a John Paul Jones Colonial Ale. It's a rich, malty American amber. And then we've got our Scurvy Dog Pale Ale. It's a heavy tangerine and citrus flavor into the pale. And then we've got our Coastal Carolina Wheat. It's a nice, crisp, refreshing wheat beer that all of the wheat in that beer is from here in South Carolina. So it's a very, very local grown, local beer as far as how we've sourced the ingredients for that. And then we've got a couple of porters on tap. We've got our first porter, which is our Busted Rudder, and which is just a classic porter. And then we've got a version of that we've done called our Nutty Busted Rudder. That is a porter with a lot of chocolate and peanut in it, so a very nice complex flavor there. Should be fun.
Should have a couple of guest things on tap, a couple of guest ciders.
We do have a couple of the guest beers and guest ciders. So the first guest beer that we've got on is RJ Rocker's Pool Boy IPA, just to have another local Spartanburg beer on. And then we've also got Catawba Brewing's Hopness Monster IPA on. And then cider-wise, we've got a Bold Rock Rosé and then Angry Orchard Crisp to have a couple of nice ciders on.